Today we are going to bring you to the Harmony in Diversity Gallery. It's just right behind me, and also in the Amoy Street Hawker upstairs. So let me show you the way how to go into the gallery. Let's go. Right over here, you have to see this door. Go take this door and then go to the lift to level 4. Come up on the lift. You're going to take this door. Yeah, just open it. And you will be turned to the right side. That will be the gallery entrance. Right over there. Before you go into the gallery, remember to scan the QR code and then take the temperature and register yourself. Then you will be able to take the gallery tour.
Welcome to HDG, which is a 3-letter acronym for the Harmony in Diversity Gallery. This is a colorful logo of HDG. As you can see, every letter of its 3-letter acronym has its own color. But when they come together, compound colors are formed. The design behind this logo is a reflection of our aspiration for a multicultural, multiracial and multi-religious society whereby the diversity actually adds color and vibrancy to Singapore. Your visit to HDG is for you to learn more about how Singapore handles its religious diversity and harmony issues. You will learn about what actually these issues are all about, what our government is doing in the foreground and the background to maintain religious harmony, and very, very importantly, what we as members of the public can do to maintain the status quo. Freedom of religion is protected in Singapore. You had better get this answer correct because I actually gave you the answer just now. All right, I see a green bar. So that means that the sole audience who answered this question got it right. Yes, indeed, freedom of religious practice is protected by law in Singapore. At this point, you might think that Singapore has been enjoying religious harmony all these years. This panel over here titled Tensions is to shatter that myth. Another incident of a much bigger nature, that reminds us that racial and religious harmony in Singapore needs constant hard work to maintain are the Maria Hertog riots, which unfolded over a 7-month period in 1950. It actually got blown up into a national level, series of riots, resulting in the deaths of 18 people, the injuries of 173 others, as well as lots of damages to personal and private property. How many official religions do you think there are in Singapore? Not sure. Yeah, there are many of them. However, these 2 rectangular glass showcases only highlight artifacts by 10 major religions as reflected in the panels behind the glass panels. Why only 10 religions? Because these are the 10 member faiths of the IRO. I'll now walk you around these 2 rectangular glass showcases, and you try to tell me what is common among the artifacts displayed within them. The followers of different faiths also engage in many common practices like meditation, abstinence and fasting, pilgrimage to holy places, and purification rites. We are now at the 3rd section of this gallery, color-coded blue with the theme Many Faiths, One People. The emphasis over here is to identify and appreciate common spaces. This is a very good example of a very common space, the coffee shop. About 80% of Singaporeans live in the HDB heartlands, so the coffee shop can now be found everywhere. And because you have to cater to a differing audience, in this mural you can see a Chinese couple manning the drink store, and there are also food stalls for Muslims as well as Hindus. The concept of a common space can also be extended to whole streets. For example, Telok Ayer Street, which is just beyond this building. This is one of many streets of harmony in Singapore, so called because different places of worship can be found on either side of it. Another street of harmony is South Bridge Road. On the same side of South Bridge Road, you can find the Jame Mosque, which is also known as the Green Mosque, the Sri Mariamman Temple, Singapore's oldest Hindu temple, and the very famous 4-story, fully air-conditioned Buddha Tooth Relic Temple. And mind you, Telok Ayer Street and South Bridge Road are not the only 2 streets of harmony in Singapore. I invite you over here to play with this touch panel. Didn't I mention earlier that the HDB void deck is a very common space? Over here, you see a mock-up of what looks like a HDB void deck, and on this side, you see a pop-up video panel juxtaposed with what looked like letters of complaint. Yeah, most welcome to start the game by pressing on the dial. Yeah, that's right. You can write on leaf-shaped pieces of paper, okay, and hang these cards right, off the hooks of the physical harmony tree. Or you may want to use these interactive terminals to send your pledges to that virtual harmony tree over there. In case of bad weather, the outdoor tour segment can be conducted virtually within this seminar room. Physical outdoor tour. This tour will take about 45 minutes and will cover a few stop points. This way. Example, across the road is the Singapore Yu Huang Gong, a Taoist temple. Next to it, an architecturally similar building is actually the Tian Hock King Temple, Nagodagra Indian Muslim Heritage Center. Across the road is a very good example of a row of conserved shop houses lining Amoy Street. Chinatown, Little India and Kampung Glam are 3 conservation districts in Singapore. We are now at the last stop point of our outdoor tour. We are standing in front of number 70 Amoy Street, and it happens to be the birthplace of Anglo-Chinese School, a very famous school in Singapore. Are you aware that this Methodist school, right, was actually set up by chance? It was because of a chance happening, a chance meeting of Reverend William Oldham, a British Christian missionary, with a group of Peranakan Chinese men. Before I end this tour, I want you to reflect on what you have seen and heard during both the indoor and outdoor segments of this tour. Do you agree with me that even when people of different profiles live in close proximity, like what this Telok Ayer area was like many years ago, there are always the possibility, right, that positive happenings can result from their interactions. So the setting up ACS is a very good example. So if you really enjoyed this tour, I hope you'll book another guided tour, right, okay, through the Ministry of Home Affairs website. Then docents like myself or my colleagues, right, okay, can once again lead you through the streets of Telok Ayer, okay, to enjoy another round of this tour. Yeah.
Thank you. The tour is very informative. Peter is really detailed, like he will answer you all kinds of answer. And then I think this is a gallery that a lot of Singaporeans should go, because there's a lot of things will recap you, like the story of Muria or some, what's the name?
Maria Hertog.
Yeah.
Yeah. I personally feel that the tour is very informative. It's a good national education tour, I would say. Yeah. But
for visitor, I think it's kind of cool way to visit this gallery to learn about.
okay.
How?
Let me put it this way. If you're in the area, right, I think it will be nice for you to visit, because it gives you a better appreciation of the beginnings of Singapore, which started roughly around that area, where the immigrants actually came in on their sampans and small boats, right? And then they start to kind of like create their own systems of housing as well as trading. So the tour, which also encompasses a walking tour, actually provided information on how the place actually evolves along the years, and how actually that place where we are working on is actually built on reclaimed land now.
Yeah, I like Peter very much. When we have a working tour, he told us about the cross street info history, and a lot of some little tiny details that quite surprised to me.
Yeah, a lot of Easter eggs along the way, because he actually proactively feeds us with information which we find very surprising. Like, for example, the last stop where ACS house was, we didn't know that the humble beginnings of ACS actually started from 70 Telok Ayer Street.
70, correct.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So so it actually helps to enrich the entire experience for tourists if they are touring their area. So they go away with this understanding of how Singapore actually evolves as an immigrant society. So it's great.
Yeah, I would recommend anyone to visit this gallery. It's free, and then try to register for a tour. Bring some water bottle because that is quite long hour. Get thirsty.
Yeah. And also, after the tour, you can actually treat yourself to the local hawker fair at the Amoy
Street hawker.
Food Center.
Yeah.
So there is a very fine selection of hawker fare over there, which you should definitely venture into and try for yourself. Yeah.
Okay, with that, we hope you like the video. We hope you will visit the Racial Harmony Diversity Gallery.
It's called the Harmony in Diversity Gallery, or in short, the HDG.
Oh yeah, HDG.
Yes, so it's co-set up by the Ministry of Home Affairs as well as the Interfaith Religious Group.
Okay, with that, we're gonna say goodbye now. Bye.